Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an update for Pan Those Eyeshadows. This project was of course created by Alexi and she is linked down in my description box. This is the third year in a row that I'm doing this project and I randomly generate 5 shades to work on. I want to use them 30 times or hit pan. I do not want to work on a black and at least one of my shades needs to be non-cruelty free. I'm hoping this video is pretty quick, though I do have some rollouts which I'm very excited for. I know you guys loved my hot pink nails in my last video, but I mean, tell me you're an anxious mess without telling me you're an anxious mess. This is a gel from Madam Glam that was sent to me to test out. And I'm continuing to do so, but this has been a rough week and I did not get the peel off base coat and yet I've been peeling them off, and also layers of my real nail because these are soak off gels. So anyways, please don't mind the disaster that is my nails. Before hopping into my progress on my 5 eyeshadows, I will pop in a picture of what my color story was last month. We are finally getting some interesting color stories. I was so tired of the monochromatic theme that has run its course in this project, and hopefully that trend continues after this update. Fingers crossed. Okay, I like to just go in the order of the shade that has been in this project the longest and then work our way down to the shades we rolled in last month. A shade that has been in since the intro in December, I am rolling out from my Violet Voss Sugar Crystals palette. I'm talking about the shade Pearberry. I did use this shade 9 times since the last update for a total of 27 uses. Now I know I want to do 30 uses before rolling it out, but it has been 7 months. I have used it 27 times and there's nowhere near hitting pan. So I'm just going to roll it out. I mean, it's been 7 months. It's been such a long time and I'm working on another shade within this palette, so it might get 3 more uses from me before this palette ends up back in my drawer. But I'm just so sick of peach. Oh, I'm wearing every shade except for the one I've hit pan on in my eye look today. I'm actually very happy with it. I tried to do like a bit of a color blocking situation so the edges are not very blended, like on purpose by design. I don't know. I'm kind of into it. But this is just a very matte, vibrant peach shade and I'm ready to roll it out. And while I have this palette out, I will talk about the next shade, which is the shade Lemon Drop, this beautiful yellow to pink duochrome shimmer. I actually do have a dip forming. I feel like the dip is as big as the one in Pearberry. Pearberry is matte and I'm using a very small detailed brush with this most of the time. I have it on my inner corners today and that has been how I like it most. It has like enough vibrancy to be an inner corner shade, but enough interest that it's a little something different because you really can see, at least in person, like, is it yellow? Is it pink? I'm not sure. I like to like swoop it up as well. That has been a technique I've really been enjoying and I've used it 7 times since the last update for a total of 8 uses. So this palette itself will still remain in the project. So as you can see there, it is just very bright. I have a hard time showing the duochrome. The shade I hit pan on was from my BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I was working on the first shade in here, the very light pink, and it took me 31 uses to hit pan in this light pink shade and only 17 or 18 uses to hit pan in this shimmer green shade. So this palette now has 2 pans in it, which I'm very happy about. But this is an attention hog in this project. Now, obviously it's because there are so many shades in here, but for someone who has over 900 eyeshadows and to keep getting this palette, like both of these shades were in last year and then this shade this year, I just need a break. That being said, if it is rolled in, you know, later in the year, I'll work on it. But if it's rolled in again, like this month, I'm gonna re-roll. I don't care if that's cheating. But I just used that light pink as a transition shade. I also got creative with it, and my Too Faced Born This Way concealer is much too yellow for my undertones, and to color correct that a bit, when I set my eyes, I would mix in a little bit of this light pink shade, and it did help neutralize the color a lot, which was really fun to discover. But yes, I used this 5 times since the last update for a total of 31 uses, and this will be rolling out. Next, my non-cruelty free shade is from my Sephora Pro Warm palette, and I'm working on the shade Clay, which is this warm brown shade. I do have this on the outer half of my crease and outer V, and also on my lower lash line. This is just a great neutral shade. The shades in this palette are very pigmented. I used this just twice this month for a total of 7 uses in this project, so I have a long ways to go. I believe this is going to be a 30 use kind of shade as well. I don't foresee myself hitting pan, but this like large neutral palette, while it is kind of cumbersome in my everyday makeup drawer, it's a great workhorse palette, and I have found myself, you know, reaching in for the more cream shades at the top, but also some of these really deep mattes in the corner there as well. And I've just really been enjoying using this. It's a shame that the Sephora collection is still not cruelty free, though last year I read an article that they were hoping to become cruelty free and vegan at some point. They had a date in the article, but I can't remember now. But that'd be really amazing if that ever did happen, because while this palette is expensive, the quality is there, which is surprising, at least to me, for it being the Sephora brand. Lastly, last month I rolled in my Ciate London the Editor palette in the colorway New England, I guess. I'm not really sure like what it's actually called. That's what it says on the back, so that's what we're going with. And this is the shade I have on my outer corners. It is a very deep purpley blue shimmer shade. I think this is going to be really fun to use as a liner, though I just didn't get around to it. I only used it the one time, which was today. I just haven't been wearing makeup all that much, so I do have quite a long ways to go on this shade, but I was happy for some variety. Again, I think this is going to be really great as a liner shade, and I really do like the way it looks on the outer corner. It is deep, but it's not like a black or anything, so I do think I will get a lot of use out of this. I think I'll get even more use out of this in like the fall time, when I'm more into deeper, more grungy looks. Like right now, I either haven't been wearing much makeup at all, or I've been doing really quick, easy looks. Not always necessarily neutral, but just quick and easy. So these are the 3 shades I still have in the project, which means we will be rolling in 2 new shades. I recently got in a ton of eyeshadow. I am officially on a no buy, which I will talk about in my next makeup rehab series whenever I get a chance to filming that. But all of my orders that I placed prior have been coming in. So I have in the numbers 1 to 942. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Okay. 521 and 930. That's like literally brand new. I keep forgetting I can just type in a number and it will come up. Oh no. Okay guys, I've been actually gone for a little bit and I had thought of this before, actually, after watching It's Just Steph's, not her most recent Pan Those Eyeshadows, but the one like prior to that, about what to do when I roll in like a literal brand new palette, because it just doesn't make sense for me. I noticed it all year really with my Sugar Crystals palette, because I hadn't used this palette at all before, and I've only used the palette as a whole twice. Other than that, I've used this palette over 30 times now, but it was just for Pearberry or Lemon Drop. And like so many of these shades have not been touched. And I just don't like that. I don't see the point in having a literal brand new palette with one pan or one big dip and having not touched any of the other shades. And I just rolled in 2 brand new palettes that I've literally never used before. And I really don't foresee myself, first off, hitting pan in these shades. I will just hit the 30 uses and roll it out. But I also like want to use more of the palette, or have more liberty to use the palette as a whole. So what I'm going to do for brand new palettes is 10 uses and then roll it out. And that way I will get the 10 uses on that one shade, but I will also feel less guilty about using the whole rest of the palette because I only have 10 uses on that one shade. That doesn't mean I'm just going to use that one shade 10 times and leave the rest untouched. I really will use the rest of the palette, but 30 uses is just so high. I'm like, no, I can't get distracted by the other shades in here. I need to use just that one. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know if you feel that that's cheating, but because it was on my mind before and then I've just been sitting here thinking about it with the camera off, that's what I'm going to do. And if it doesn't work, by next month we'll switch it up again. I don't think these new palettes will be rolled out next month because I have so many eyeshadows on the go. I don't even think I'll use them 10 times in 1 month, but we'll just see how it goes. If it doesn't work, I'll revert back to what I was doing before. I hope that's okay with you. 521 was the first shade I pulled. And guys, your dreams are coming true. Though I was going to make your dreams come true in the Panner's pan, so now I have to rethink that update, which I need to film soon-ish. But here she is. The ABH Jackie Aina palette, which I have not touched, though I bought it in December of 2019 because I coveted this palette for so long. I finally was able to get it with a Christmas gift card, and it looks so beautiful and so pristine. I have never even swatched it. And it's not because I don't love the palette, it's because I have this weird thing of not wanting to mess it up. Which is ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous, but that is just the truth. That is what has happened. I'm going to swatch it right now to show you what it looks like with the color story. The shade I got is a boring shade, but one that is practical. It is the shade Credit, a deep brown. I can maybe use this in my eyebrows, but I vow to you to use the palette as a whole. It's just so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to touch it. I'm going to swatch Credit. There we go, the pristineness. It's been tainted. Okay. This is a very deep, rich brown. It kind of has a bit of a purpley undertone, or am I making that up? It reminds me of Urban Decay Punk, which I really like. I was using that a lot when I had my Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette in Deck of Panning. So my goal will be to use this 10 times. It's just so beautiful. Part of me wants to keep the box because the box is so reflective as well. Like, how gorgeous are these? The next shade was 930, which again, like I mentioned, comes from a brand new palette, and this just arrived. And I literally just put it in my spreadsheet thinking, I won't pull it. It's okay. I just want my spreadsheets up to date. I kind of love this. Like, I think I'm going to keep it in that giant ice cream truck. This is the GlamLite Ice Cream Dream palette, and shade 930 in my spreadsheet is Pistachio, which is this very vibrant green. I wanted a more fun color story, and I guess I've got it. So again, this is literally brand new, never touched. I should have taken pictures of it before I swatched it, but too late now because it's getting rolled into a project. Oh mama, that is vibrant. Okay, my new color story makes absolutely no sense together. For the updates, I do like to use every single shade in a look just as an added fun challenge, and I don't know how I'm going to do that next month. I will insert a better picture of what my color story looks like to the side of me. So yes, 10 uses on this as well as the whole palette, not just the shade Pistachio. This is a great palette for summer, so honestly I'm very excited about it. I also lusted after this palette for a very long time since it released sometime last year, was it? And I finally got it when I ordered the Michaela palette. I just decided to get both of them. So those were the updates on my previous shades. I rolled in the 2 new shades. In terms of goals for next time, honestly, none of them are close to the 30 uses. I have 8 on Lemon Drop, 7 on Clay, and 1 on the New England palette. So I'm honestly unsure on whether I will roll out anything for next month. I will try and include some fun looks next month, though I do have one that I wanted to share with you, which was my go-to look using the peachy shades. I have Pearberry pretty much all over my lid, as well as the BH Brazil pink shade in my transition shade, and then Lemon Drop on my inner corner and up onto the lid, and on the lower lash line a little bit and on the outer corner I am using Clay. So I used 4 of the 5 shades I had in this project in this makeup look. I liked how the peach and the pinky yellow like matched my shirt really well. That was fun. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Let me know how your project pans are going, and also your look suggestions for this crazy color story I have going on. I would definitely love to hear some of your feedback. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!